Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 326. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I do invite you to click on that link on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page if you would like to join me on camera. And just to let you know, you can watch Bull City Hangout live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch. And then after the show, I upload it to X and Blue Sky. So definitely follow me everywhere if you can. It would be super awesome. And it would also be awesome if you could share this out. You could be a guest if you click on that link, like I said, and if you share this out, that way more people here in Durham can find out what's happening. So let's get started by going to the Word page. That is a government and nonprofit information page chock full of really great programs and services being offered by local nonprofits and also the city, county, and state governments. You can find help on this page. You can also find places where you can help as a volunteer. Okay, let's see. I was telling you yesterday about the American Red Cross classes. Yeah, definitely don't sleep on those. You can literally help save lives by taking some of these classes. You can learn all the different types of first aid. And yes, there's more than one kind, at least the way it's offered. So there are online classes which are less expensive than the in-person classes, and some classes are actually a combination of in-person and online. So check it out. Go to the word first. Go to durhamskywriter.com, then go to the word page, and then you'll see it. It's the first post. Okay, now if you are interested in helping the city out with some of these vacancies, if you have special knowledge, special interest in these areas, maybe you can help out. So there are vacancies on the Durham City County Environmental Affairs Board, the Durham Cultural Advisory Board, and there's also an opening on the Durham Open Space and Trails Commission. So to see what is expected of you, click on the link that's provided on that post. And then if you're still interested, then let them know by end of day today that you're interested in filling one of these three vacancies. Okay, the Durham County. Oh, I have to mention this. Wait a minute. Let me scroll down to Durham County Department of Social Services, because these are the waning days of signing up for LEAP, the Low Income Energy Assistance Program. The deadline is this Monday. They spend the money as it's applied for, so who knows when they'll run out, so don't wait. So if you are considered low income, and they're very generous what they call low income, but here's the thing. If you have fallen behind in your heating bill, and a lot of people like myself, their heating bill is included with their electricity bill. So if you have fallen behind, then go ahead and see if you can sign up real quick, because what DSS does as the local administrators of this federal program, they make out checks, so to speak, to Duke Energy or wherever you're getting your heat, so that up to several $100s, so that you can catch up with your bill. So it's a wonderful program that should really help you if you need that help. So check that out. Go to the Word page and read about that and see if you can get in real quick, because here's the thing. Like I said, it's the deadline is next Monday. So don't wait too long. And there's different ways. You can call, you can stop in, you can go online. So there are different ways to sign up. And you will have to probably have some kind of document regarding your income. So you might have to go somewhere to get a printout of your income. So just keep that in mind as well. Okay, the libraries are open until 8, except for Bragtown. Bragtown is open until 6. That's the Durham County Libraries. And then the libraries reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and then Bragtown reopens at 10. Okay, let's see. There's a lot more on this page, including places where you can find resources for all kinds of different local nonprofits, different places where you can get help with whatever. For example, I have the Durham Network of Care listed. It's the Bull City Online Resource Guide. So you can definitely check it out. Let me just read you some of the categories that you can get help with. addiction recovery, child care, community services, criminal justice resources, disaster relief resources, domestic violence, education, employment, financial assistance, food, housing, homelessness, intellectual and developmental disabilities, LGBTQ, mental and behavioral health, support and support groups, transportation, youth, etc. It's an all encompassing uh, document. It's a website now. So check it out. And I think you can get the information. I was going to say in Spanish, but wait a minute, not just Spanish, but in any of 107 languages. So no, I guess it doesn't even matter what language you speak. You can get help in all of these different languages. That is incredible. So anyway, check it out. Go to the word page and then scroll down to the Durham Network of Care and get whatever resources that you need locally. All righty, let's check with Durham Tech Small Business Center, which is downtown in the Chesterfield building. 701 West Main Street. So they have these free online classes for entrepreneurs. So let's see what's being offered today. Well, I just uploaded it. I mean, updated. Let me refresh the page because that is not the latest iteration of the word page. Okay, let me scroll down again because I just updated it again last night. Let's see. Durham Tech Small Business Program. Let's see. There's so much on this page. There we are. Okay, so this is the updated version. So, with today being Wednesday, the 26th, here are some free classes that you can take. Okay, this one sounds like fun. 24 business apps to market, operate, and grow your business. Wow. So you can find out all different ways to help you, yourself, your business. So this is a free class which is going to be held. This is a free live class, I need to point out, because what I love about these classes is that you can ask questions. I love that. Barb, I have a story to tell you about a gentleman from Norway. So remind me, I'll bring you on right after the weather. Okay. Okay, let's see. So that is going to be from 5 until 7 tonight. Here's another class. Are you reaching customers online? That is from 6 until 7. One more. Finding the perfect product market research. And that's from 6 until 7:30. Oh wait, there's more. One more. Grants for small businesses, for profits only. And that's going to be this evening from 6 until 7:30. Yeah, I bet you didn't know. You don't have to be nonprofit to get a grant. You can be an individual, for profit, whatever. There are all kinds of different. There's so many different kinds of grants. You might not even be aware. So let's see. Let me see if SCORE has something going on, and then we'll go on to the senior page. SCORE, by the way, senior. Wait, let me get it right. Service Corps of Retired Executives. Let me make sure I got it right. Yes, Service Corps of Retired Executives. They know everything there is to know about running a business because they've done it. You can get mentors. You can talk to them over the phone or whatever. Their office is in downtown Durham. SCORE offers in-person classes and online classes too. So let's see, after all that build up, let's see if they have anything going on today. No, but you can still get a mentor. In fact, their next class is going to be next Thursday, 3 easy steps to boost your sales appointments. Keep that in mind. Hold that thought. So let's go to the senior page and let's see what's happening at the Drum Center for Senior Life, which is at 406 Grigsby Avenue. Free parking, free membership. They've got a couple of workout rooms with the bouncy balls and the machine thingies. They have a computer lab. They have their own theater. Great place to hang out if you're older. Let's see. Today is what? Wednesday. So this afternoon you can enjoy Super Agers Tech class at 1. If you love tech like I do, you might want to check that out. Spanish level 2. That's at 1 o'clock. Bingo size at 1, which is a combination of bingo and exercise. I heard that it's really fun. Chair flow and flex. You can exercise sitting down. That's also at 1 o'clock. Chair volleyball. That's at 2 o'clock. New World, New Skills Tech class at 2:15. Lifeline dancers at 3:30, and the walking club meets in the lobby at 3:30. Tomorrow morning, Seniors on the Move line dancing at 8:35. Open arts from 9 until noon in the art studio. Just Ask George. Tech questions at 9 o'clock. That's going to be tomorrow morning. Breakfast bingo at 9:30. Yoga Your Way at 10. Taking care of diabetes at 10. Keep it moving, gentle exercise at 10:15. Conversational French Club at 10:30. Intermediate African dance at 11:30. And then they're going to have Pinochle and Kings in the Corner card games from noon all the way through to 7 in the evening. How about that? All righty, let me check for special events. Let's see, today's what, the 26th? Let's see. Okay, that already happened. Oh, right, of course. Celebrating the March birthdays today at 12:30, the monthly birthday celebration. So if your birthday is in March, happy birthday, but head down there now because in 15 minutes they're going to have treats and they might sing happy birthday. I would guess that they'd have to sing happy birthday to you. So enjoy that. And that's going to be today at 12:30. So you have to call and register. So call real quick, 919-688-8247, extension 110, and just head down there. Let's see. And I do want to remind you about the Little River Senior Center, which is at 8305 North Roxborough Road in Bahama. This is also run by the Durham Center for Senior Life, and it's for people who live northern Durham County, Bahama, Rougemont, etc. They've got fun events also. All righty, let's go to the Let's Go page, the calendar of events page, and then we'll check the weather, and then we'll visit with Barb, who lives in New Mexico. Get to see how hot it is. I wonder if it's hot. I don't know if it's hot yet because the desert is strange. I've never been there, but I see the videos where it can be hot during the day and then 30 at night. Anyway, so what's happening today? So if you can get in the door by 1 o'clock, Catholic Charities can help you. They run the Durham Community Food Pantry. They're located in the Lakewood Shopping Center, 2020 Chapel Hill Road, Suite 30, right in between the new Lincoln Community Health Center and the Scrap Exchange. So you get in the door. Okay, you talk to a social worker. Let them know. Oh, you'll get groceries. Let them know if you can't have dairy or pork. Um, Let them know if you need diapers. It's the end of the month, so they might have run out, but just know at the beginning of every month, they get a huge supply of diapers, pull ups, newborn to toddler, and then big ones for adults. You can still ask, they might have some. 'Cause I haven't been there today, so I don't know. So they have their people who speak Spanish, and there's a lady there who speaks French, which is great. So if you know you can't make it by 1 o'clock because you maybe don't have the car, you're at work right now, they do it again with it being Wednesday from 5 until 7. So that's, again, the Durham Community Food Pantry in the Lakewood Shopping Center run by Catholic Charities. Let's see. Boxyard RTP is featuring Jazz Fusion by the Krishan Darby Trio. They're out there right now, and we'll be playing until 2 at this wonderful outdoor venue, 900 Park Offices Drive off of Highway 54. Totally free, no pressure, but of course you will smell delicious food, so you can buy lunch if you get hungry. St. Joseph AME Church, they're hosting the community food distribution today from 2 until 3. So if you are in need, you're hungry, your cupboard is bare, head over there. Again, from 2 until 3, 2521 Fayetteville Street, turn off of Nash Street in order to gain access to the parking lot. New Visions of Africa restaurant will be giving away free meals today. 3 until 6. They're located at 1306 Fayetteville Street, and they're right next door to W.D. Hill. And both St. Joseph and New Visions are served by Go Durham 5 and 5K. Kings Park International Church at 1305 Odyssey Drive. They have a food pantry and a clothing closet, so you can get some groceries for your family. Get something nice to wear. Maybe you're getting back on your feet, getting back to work, school, whatever. So you can get this help for free from 5 until 6. It's game night at Boxyard RTP. I told you where that is, and from 5:30 until 8:30, sit outdoors, play some board games, make some new friends, and this is a free event. The Lion Park Recreation Center, 1309 Halley Street. They're hosting the Homie Club. That's going to be from 6:30 until 7:30 for young people ages 13 to 17 with disabilities. It's free admission, and you can call Kristen for more information. Brett's open mic is tonight from 7 until 10 at the Blue Note Grill, which is downtown at 709 Washington Street. The backup band, including Brett, they'll be playing R&B, smooth jazz, and funk. And you can sign up when you get there. Admission is $5, so sign up. And if you have the nerve to hop on stage, you are definitely welcome to do so. Should be lots and lots of fun. Now, tomorrow morning, DB Co. used to be called the Durham Bottling Company at 506 Ramsar Street. They're going to be hosting Open Co-working Thursday tomorrow morning from 9 until 5. This is where freelancers, entrepreneurs, and remote workers who are tired of working every day in total isolation, you can go there with your laptop, get some high-speed Wi-Fi, get some free coffee, some free tea, free sparkling water, get a tour of the place. It's a co-working space, and just spend the day working, making new friends as you work, again, from 9 until 5. Totally free. And let's see, a couple more things. Whole Mama Yoga, they host Toddler and Me Yoga for parent and toddlers ages 1 to 4. Tomorrow at Jewish for Good, 1937 West Cornwallis Road. The fee is 10 or free if you become a member. And that's from 10 until 10:45 tomorrow. And then Whole Mama Yoga has Baby and Me Yoga for parents and little ones up to 1 year old, and that is from 11 until 11:45. And the Catholic Charities uh, running the Durham Community Food Pantry. That's going to be tomorrow as well, from 10 until 1. All righty then. Let's check the weather and then let's see what Barb is up to, which I suspect is going to be a lot. Let's see, let's see, let's see. It's 57. That's not bad. I mean, I know it was a lot warmer yesterday, but that's okay. Spring is easing its way in, and I understand it. It is sunny. Can't beat that. So it's 57 right now. The high will be 61, which again is not bad at all. Let's look ahead to the rest of the week. Let's see. Thursday, tomorrow, 65 and sunny. Friday, 75. Cloudy though, but that's okay. And then Saturday, 76 and cloudy. And then Sunday, 71 and rainy. I thought I saw an 80. Okay, there was one day where it was going to be 80 degrees next week, but I guess they revised that. That's okay. We'll get our 80-degree days real soon. Don't you worry about that. So let me do this. Let me bring on Barb. See dynamic scene. Add Barb to scene. And then transition. Ta-da! Barb, what's new?
Oh, just another day and another beautiful day in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Ooh, what's the temperature?
We're Let's see if I can find my phone real quick because I've checked it early in the morning. It's all going to be in the 70s.
Pleasant? Pleasant. Okay.
Yeah, and what woke me up in the middle of the night was high winds and
Oh,
you know
really?
AccuWeather, and I mean I looked online. I said nobody's saying we're having these winds, and it was incredible.
Wow.
but they're over now. So
Okay.
today is supposed to be a high of 79, and
Okay. Oh,
tomorrow's
oh, that's nice.
78. So
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, when I clicked on that, but look, we're in March, right? So I've got 79, 78, 78, then down to
Yeah.
65, up to 70, 72.
Mm.
But the
Okay.
big thing is, when you live in the high desert country, is you really need rain
Hmm.
and need it at not all at once, but sprinkling along, and
Yeah.
it just isn't happening. So
Oh, I have a
I
question here. Let me grab my iPad because Nancy wants to know. Can I repeat the? Oh, co-working. Yes. Okay. Here, let me tell you about two things, Nancy. Okay. So tomorrow, let me go back to Thursday. At DB Co. Their address is 506 Ramsar Street. Used to be called the Durham Bottling Company. You don't have to register, you just go with your laptop. It's called Open Co-working Thursday, and it's from 9 until 5 tomorrow, 506 Ramsar Street. And parking is really weird around there, but maybe if you go there kind of early, you can get a parking spot. Um, Let me tell you about one more thing, though, Nancy, because on Friday, the Glass Jug, they also have a co-working space available from noon until 5. And they're located downtown at 545 Foster Street. You don't have to register. It's a half-day thing. So you work from noon until 4, and then from 4 until 5, it's like you're hanging out and making new friends. And again, so Friday, noon to 5 at 545 Foster Street at the Glass Jug. And then tomorrow, let's see, huh, tomorrow, 9 to 5 at 506 Ramsey Street at DB Co. There you go. All righty. Now, Barb, we have talked about AI in the past, and I did you hear the story about the guy from Norway? He Googled himself on Chat GPT, and what happened? He got his bio,
Mhm.
and he doesn't know where this came from, but his biography on Chat G. Oh, and you're quite welcome, Nancy. You are quite welcome. His bio said that he had uh, killed his children,
Oh my gosh.
and the story was like a sensation, and that he got 25 years in prison.
Wow.
And they had his name. I mean, he knew it was him. The name of the town in Norway, where he lived in Norway, was the right town. The children were the correct gap, 5-year gap in their age.
Yeah.
So he knew it was him, but the story was completely wrong. The children were fine. He had not harmed his children whatsoever. And he had the darndest time trying to get it fixed.
Wow.
And that made me wonder. I mean, a lot of people say, yeah, always Google yourself and see what, Google comes up with. I guess you need to chat GPT yourself as well, because that sounds outrageous.
It sounds to me that that person from Norway didn't really know what he was doing when he actually used the product, and just putting your name in there. It's all run by prompts. You have to give it instruction: garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't provide the right instruction, it picks up, because it's very percentages of us having totally unique names around the world isn't all that
Mhm,
high. um, the
mhm,
the person, and of course it does make great news headlines, but right
mhm,
away I look at it, because I've not only been working with it daily since, what was it, 2022, so a couple of years or so,
mhm,
that it was actually around and being used
mhm,
before it became popular through OpenAI. And
Okay.
so, I mean, it's been an issue of security. It's been, it's the all of those things that have happened. What still to this very day, it has to do with people's knowledge of using it as what they get out of it. And
Mm-hmm.
the same thing would, I mean, he could try it on Google. He could try it on Grok. He could use various AI applications and
Mm-hmm.
probably find out if he used the very same prompt on all of them that he would get different results. But always, I mean, I was online back when we had Yahoo to look for things,
Mm-hmm.
and you always have to verify information. And
Well,
obviously, the fear factor makes
yeah,
great news headlines.
yeah.
But and I'm really sorry that that happened to him. But it would be nice to, you know, I don't have the time for it, but when I see stuff like that, it's like I've got to go back to the original source and finding
Mm-hmm.
out exactly what prompts he put in, because I actually know how to use it. But if
Okay.
people don't know how to use it, then it's very, it's more dangerous than not, I would say, if
That's
you
why I
don't know
brought it
how to
up.
use it.
That's why
Yeah,
I brought it up because I don't have any training in AI. I've never used it except for making a like graphic depictions of Durham scenes or whatever.
right.
So what would the correct wording be for looking?
I don't, each person will be unique.
Oh,
You can feed your information in for it to work from for verification. So that's where it's not just one line for everybody, because you and I could use the same line, only you could put a prompt and you could put reference to Patricia in it. I could put reference to Barb in it, and we'd have totally different things just
oh,
by that name difference. And then we know if we say what our ethnicity is, we'd have totally different things then too. So it is all in how you structure your prompts, and the prompts are your
mm,
commands to actually give the AI to provide you with some results. So I did hear, I didn't, it was one of those I just passed over. It's kind of like the latest thing about, the, what happened in the last few days about a reporter saying he was on a list, to get confidential info, security information he shouldn't have access to. And the fact is, when they rolled it out today, then they walked back their words, because
hmm,
it's about research,
hmm,
verifying facts. You and I came up in the age where if you wanted to say something, you better have the facts to be, behind it
sure,
before you
sure.
put it out for public view.
Hmm.
So
I'm
that's my
thinking,
take on it. We've actually, you brought up AI, both Open AI and Grok. I call it Grok, but it's Grok or Grok. I don't know, whatever they want to call it.
I've heard people say "groak," but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I imagine when I first heard the word come up, I imagined a frog.
That's what
Grok,
I was thinking.
Grok, you know.
That's what I was thinking.
It would have probably come out better if he had actually chosen that as his logo. Who knows?
Uh,
But anyway, there's
so,
been big announcements this week. On Thursdays I go live on X and Facebook and YouTube with
mhm,
my friend Madeline to talk about all that stuff.
okay.
And so we're going to have lots of news this week, that's for sure.
What time?
It's at 11 a.m. my time.
Okay,
So
so
it's
oh, 2
on
o'clock, 2 p.m.
X. I think, yeah, I have it for you. And I
Okay.
can certainly message you. And she has a free school community that school, whatever. I think they call
Hmm.
it school, but only with a K, and which you can join. And if you join it and participate in the conversation throughout the week, then you also join us on screen and share your opinions and your feedback as well. So if you want that information, I can provide that to you
Sure,
separately.
sure. Feel
Be
free.
happy
Feel
to do
free.
that. But what I came in here for, I
Mhm.
wanted, um, I met with Miss Eileen this morning, our mutual
Oh,
friend, and we chatted probably close to an hour.
nice.
Uh, updates on because on what we thought was going to play out for this next phase of online community building and so forth.
Mhm, mhm.
But we discussed, of course, EVMux and StreamYard and BeLive, all of the
Mhm.
products you have used
Okay.
as well.
And those are live streaming apps, folks.
Applications, yeah.
Mhm.
And she pointed out something that was interesting. She said, you know, at, I knew at the core, but it was like the thing that was so different about StreamYard is that both the co-founders were active in their online community every day. They weren't, they didn't just show up every once in a blue quarter or
Mhm.
year or whatever. They were
Mhm.
actually there every single day. And I think, and she said the only one that's come close to that in the industry since has been EVMux, and actually the people being there, and that they're pulling off stuff like that. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think EV Mux is going to start stepping up more as more people request their, they're very attentive via email, but they want EV Mux to be more attentive in terms of video and tutorials and
Yeah,
actually showing face, as some people say.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I just went through a week of training, and I got another one to go. And again, on the latest developments on online community skills and management. Meta has a certified community manager program, and I've been involved in that since 2021.
Wow.
And so, and I'm seeing the change because I've been building online communities, since the 80s.
Wow.
And people say the word, but they don't understand what it means,
Hmm.
community in the sense of actually building it online. And it, at its core, because you have participated with me and in some of my oldest communities that have followed me since the 80s, you know that people meet in person. They don't just meet online.
Yeah.
And the thing that fuels their meeting in person meetings are events.
Hmm.
And typically, I mean, when you take you and I with all of the beta testing we did, is the potential opportunity of actually meeting someone in person was a big deal. And
Actually, that's what I'm trying to do with my online community paper, trying to get people to come out
awesome.
and,
That's wonderful.
interact with actual Durhamites,
Yeah.
you know.
So this morning, I was really having my own little pity party in my head
Mhm.
because it's like, it's not rocket science. Just be there and
Mhm.
I mean, they gave us these tools to work with on Facebook, and I mean, and they do on other platforms as well. If you
Mhm.
don't use the tools, that's on you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the this morning, I don't think you're in that group, but I am on in many groups where I have a lot of points. I am still on post approval in those groups. If I'm not an admin, I'm
Oh, I
saying,
got you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
yeah, if they aren't one of my groups and I'm not an admin.
Mhm.
And it was that. So in a Facebook run group of community leaders, I decided to add a post asking people, about that.
Mhm.
And it's been the most engaging post in that group in the last week. I mean, it's just been
Wow.
crazy. There's just more people responding to that. So it
Mhm.
tells me where we are
Yeah.
in online communication skills. But I just, Miss Eileen, what she was, I always call her Miss Eileen, but you know who I'm talking
Oh,
about. And,
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
and
mhm.
because she was with us on Blab and that, and I thought about all of it and how she can just turn it off and go about her day and little impact. But as you get older,
Mhm.
especially, it is not always easy for people to get out and do things in person.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so I think what you do and what you have done has been phenomenal for your community. They are so
Thank
fortunate
you.
to have you.
Well, thank you. I
And
think it's really important for us to meet each other and,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. So I just
Right.
wanted you to know those tidbits that Eileen had shared about EV Mux, because that was very positive. I still have not. They've still got my money at Streamyard, and they want me to
Oh, yeah.
rate their customer service and so forth. And I'm just about to slam them.
They don't want you to do that.
I, you know, it's not a
You-
good thing, but it
Yeah.
will come to a close here soon. I just have to,
You have to
you
shake them up sometimes.
know.
And I think you know how to shake them up.
So, but you have an awesome day. I just,
Thank you.
I'll
Oh,
see
so actually, when I brought up that story about
the
Norway,
guy.
there was a purpose.
Hmm.
So if you could leave us with some advice, because I think most people are in the same position I am. They know about AI, but they haven't effectively used it or have been a little timid about, or maybe just don't know where to start. Where is a good place to start to learn about it in terms of writing these effective prompts?
That's an excellent question. That is, um, I taught myself because I'm a beta tester, and if this will work or that. But I
Okay.
have, if you will be patient with your folks, I will have, I'm working on something right now that I could, like, for those of us, especially as you get on and like you get past 60, you're really conscientious of your expenditures.
Hmm.
You want to have, like, so much of this AI, you have to pay for usage after a certain amount of time or
Oh,
results that you have. They
okay.
have free versions, but yes, they have free versions, but those versions don't call out to the most like if you want to do research verification
Hmm.
and stuff like that.
Hmm.
You know how it is. It can't all be free. And I invested my time in a young in a AI product developer based in Canada
Hmm.
who has been working on it during that same 2 years on that very issue. Is, I want a one-off price. If I pay one time,
Hmm.
and so, like, I have I pay $174 for a product license that is lifetime for me
Hmm. Okay.
and using AI. And I have that type of thing with them for both text and images. And I have to see, it's a safety factor issue for me. So it depends on where your audience is at in life, I think, on where they should go. Because even, I mean, the local university here is offering courses. They have a lot of the groups, and well, of course, this is kind of a technology town, well, city,
Hmm.
but they have, the senior centers even have courses in AI. They have someone who's gifted in that. I
And
certainly don't mind working with you personally, but
mhm.
I mean, there are a lot of shysters out there they know everything, and they've learned 2 or 3 points, and that's what they focused on, and that's what
Yeah.
they do.
And
So
I've announced classes as being offered by Durham Tech Small Business Center.
yes, yes, that's
Yeah.
what we have here too.
Hmm.
So I that would be good as well. But I'll tell you, when I first got started and I was testing it, I thought, well, okay, I'm like you. We've come from the traditional media
Hmm.
standpoint, and I was interested in it for the information, not so much the image creation.
Hmm.
So what information I could glean from the internet and then write my own story. And so that was my initial interest. And so, as you can ask it, literally ask it, how I'm thinking of this, because
Mhm.
this is the type of AI, this is what AI can do. You say, well, I'm just learning. Let's say I'm you, and I say, I'm just learning Chat GPT. Can you tell me? And you give it a background information. I was a media professional or whatever. So it gets a idea of what you're about
Mhm.
from your perspective. And I told it what my experience was. And I've done the thing where you search and it's like, what does it say about you? And you can definitely, um, I've got stuff out there since the web was introduced. So, and it has definitely crawled. I've been featured in books and stuff. So it's picked up all of that information it can access.
Mhm.
And yet you can go in there and you say, yeah, about my friend Barb, and it won't give you that much
Mhm.
because you don't have enough of the key points, to do that. And
Gotcha.
I think it has to do, like when we grew up, learning how to diagram sentences was a big deal.
Oh
You remember
yeah.
that?
Like yeah, sure.
And the first thing that happened to me when I started getting my best results was because I had learned how to diagram sentences.
Mhm.
I was trying to keep my prompt as concise as possible.
Mhm.
So the adjectives and adverbs you're using and so forth makes a big difference.
Gotcha.
And then I think because I had the traditional media training, way back starting from the 70s, and that it's, from uh, the AP style manual and stuff, you know what I'm
Oh
saying,
yeah, yeah.
come
I use it. Just use
from
it.
legacy media,
Yeah.
that I had that background, so I kind of knew how to frame things.
Mhm.
But um, the most important thing is to not be afraid, and to just, if you are actually interested in it, there are things you can do, and it's very simple. And it does depend on resources you have to work with, and what your desire in learning is.
Mhm.
If, like, for someone like you and your community, you could be doing news summaries from your community every day, pulling the facts from Chat GPT. In addition to, because you have that background, you have the knowledge of the places and so forth.
I'll probably come up with things that I missed too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'd highly recommend it too. And
Because not
okay, so
everything's on
let's say,
Facebook.
yeah, I have that for you. We can't do that today, but I can actually, because that is my area, and the thing is that you
Wow.
can pull that information from your
I need
local
to learn that.
communities and bring it in, especially if you have real live people who can visit those locations,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
that's just like we did in tradition, in the legacy media
Mhm.
days.
Mhm.
It was, is that, well, you got to verify that, who can I call? Where do they work? You know what I'm saying, girlfriend.
Mhm.
So anyway,
I'm glad. See, I wanted to recount that story because I knew you would give us a measured, um, just comprehensive idea of how to get started. Because I didn't want to. I would never recount that story just without your being present during my show because people would think that I'm trying to scare them out of
right,
using
that's
AI because
exactly what
the,
happens. That
the average person like myself who hears that story about the guy from Norway, the natural response, even my response is, "Oh man, can't trust AI. I don't think I'll be. Oh,
right.
I guess I
That
won't be using AI." That's why I
exactly.
brought it up because I knew you would have a measured response and to steer us in the right direction.
Well,
Because it
I
because
always
it's new. It's
yeah,
new, and a lot of people are afraid of things just because it's new.
yeah, yeah. You're so right. Well, you
So
know, for sure. You
well,
have a
thanks,
great
Barb.
Yeah. You have a great rest of your week, and I will see you back on Facebook at some point. I got to get
Okay,
some stuff
Barb.
done,
Okay,
and
thanks again. I really appreciate your coming on the show.
you're quite welcome. Bye
Okay, see
bye.
you soon. Bye bye. All righty then. It's always fun when people drop by, especially Barb. She has a unique, I guess, because she has been in the computer and online world before probably anybody you and I know for sure. I love having her on the show. And plus, she's just a really good friend. So you can come on the show. I do this every day at noon. Like I said, it airs on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch, but you can only get the link on Facebook. So definitely join me tomorrow or whenever. After the show, I upload it to X and I put the YouTube link on X and Blue Sky. So if you happen to stumble across uh, Durham Skywriter on any of those platforms, you can actually view the show from, or you can tell folks you can view the show from any of those platforms. So I'm actually on 6 platforms, which is pretty cool. And with that, let's look at the weather one more time, and then that'll be it. So right now it has gone all the way up to 58. The high will be 61. So while I was talking, I think the temperature inched up a bit. So it'll be 61 later on this afternoon. Tomorrow it will be 65. Loving that. So have a beautiful afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow. Now, tomorrow for sure, I have 2 events during the day. So I'll do my best to pre record the show. We'll see. I'll try to work something out. Anyway, ciao for now.